first down. Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sherman. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Hey, Tuesday.
Here's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? Throwing again, Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 13. Wilson leaves it for Petty. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 48.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on. Bang out. Bam. Gotta go.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
it's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
To throw again is Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
Gun. 12.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Tempo. Hey.
Again, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
14. Shotgun.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Markevius Mingo in that time on the tackle. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Freeman. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the first.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got a 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They go play action here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Second and 10 now. Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, let's go. Get up. 20. Let's go.
Again, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The 13 yards that time and a first.
There we go.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
21.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. He's at the 30, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Ryan now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Ryan looking deep for Julio. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
19.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. 14. 14, front it. Shift.
On 2nd down, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
and that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Check 50, check 50.
On first down, Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Look for signals. Gun. Chip. Right. Move 15. Alert.
The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
14. Hey. Shotgun. Zebra. Let's go, 14. Gun, 4 down. All right.
On third down, Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Penny, the first down carry. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
19. Hang out. Fans. Check safety.
On second down, here's Penny. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on third down, Wilson. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Barkevious Mingo in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, here's Ryan. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. from the shotgun. Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Got to love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver no matter what the pressure. Waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
On second down, here's Wilson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On second down, Davis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Alert! Go.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Let's go, baby!
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
14. Punch left.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver, complete. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Shotgun. Gotta go. Tempo.
Wilson will throw again. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's third down. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. This will be from 56 yards out. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Tyler Lockett now with a return. Tyler Lockett, he's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 96 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Ryan. Over the middle, complete. It's Freeman. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Come on, let's go.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Penny, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Friday. 14. Cut. 380.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
3 down. Cut. Move the team.
After the penalty, it's Penny. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
3 down. Cut. 280. 12. 14. Gotta go.
Play action. Now Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Tempo, baby, let's go to work, come on. Tight, 380.
They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And here now come the Falcons.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
21.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. He completes it to Julio Jones. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. He hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection, Ryan to Jones there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Hey, let's go.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now Ryan on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
12. Gun. Get up. Gotta go.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Nazir Jones with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the gun, it's Ryan. Caught by Sanu. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Falcons on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Ryan. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And out now come the Seahawks. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Tempo, baby, let's go. Let's go to work. Come on.
They'll run it again with Penny. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Zebra. Tempo.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Ryan now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Out to kick is Janikowski. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go play action here on first down. He's airing it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Wilson on second down. And this will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Penny. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Carson, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over?
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the gun, Ryan under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun, Ryan, he's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 87 yards. And the Falcons draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
19. Took right.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Let's go get another one. Let's go get another one. Come on. Cut. 380. Cut. Cut. Wide. Get wide. 14. 18. There. Cut. Hey.
Wilson to throw. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Wilson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Penny. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And looking at it from the perspective of the losing side here in this divisional round, it all ends so abruptly, doesn't it? A few hours ago, you've got all this hope and anticipation of maybe a deep run, and now you're out of it.
Well, let's applaud the team that won, and rightly so. They're moving on. They still have a chance to get to the big game. But let's not bury the team that lost. I think I do a lousy job of illuminating what a great year they had. Let's face it, when it's all said and done, they were one of 8 teams left with a chance to get to and win the Super Bowl. That's a pretty darn good season.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, cut the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. Look at them, how to make it in America. Real day one, ain't a lot of us. Mom worked 2 jobs, it was hard for us. Me and sis made it out, now she proud of us. They didn't teach me how to rap in those private schools. Wasn't like my rich friends, had a lot to lose. Less money, less options, lot of rules. So when that first deal came, it was opportune. And shorty got potential, I scout that. She say she in love, but I doubt that. Maybe it's to the clout. I get love in the north, I get love in the south, yeah. Shorty claims she a feminist, and her feminine. Girl, you know that he average. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class, look at them. No money, now I'm in the Benz truck with a new honey. They said I wouldn't make it, I'm like, you funny. Laughing at my haters like, you dummies. The night is young, girl, what can you do for me? 6 figures, 5 shows, big ballin'. Look, I'm very important. I took a break, had some things I had to get sorted. I might retire in my prime like I'm M. Jordan. Table dancing in Southampton. Use the glasses for Vannas. Be cooling out in the whip, but I done near every girl on my list. KD at the 3, Djokovic with the racket. Phelps in the pool, I'm like Spieth at the Masters. Girl, you know you a bad. Girl, you know I'm a savage. They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream.